for 20 minutes trying to make this work. Now I can pull you up on my computer and we can start talking. All right. Today, let me just get my. Today we are reclaiming Arthur's second quilt that I ever made him. And part of me just wants to patch it. Live, where are you? Come on. Jumpins'. Okay, hang on. Why is this doing this like this? Okay, let's do this. Oh my God. I have no idea why my laptop doesn't want to do its business. Okay, let me just see here. I have no idea why. Okay, that's that. Now, there we are. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a really weird morning. I'm not working on, well, my sauce is still cooking down. I haven't slept well because last night I left my burners on low, but still I woke up every 2 hours to check and stir, right? So it's still got to cook the rest of this day before I can add anything else and can it up. So today I got to show you something. Okay. Ike. Yike. Okay. This is Arthur's second quilt I ever made him. And as you can, it was made mostly of my sister's coat, where you, hang on a second. Okay, you can see where that went threadbare, and I tried to patch it, and I could patch this, but here's the thing. I want to reclaim this fabric here, and I don't know if you can see it, that kind of plaid fabric on the edge. No, you can't see it. This plaid fabric where my scissors are pointing right past this gray, the next one there. And this blue is all from my maternity coat when I was pregnant with him. Now his first quilt, okay, first, I went looking for wool fabric in my bags, and look at this. I found a whole bunch of wool blocks. So what I'm going to do, and I have some gray strips, and so what I'm going to do is, and I thought about this, but it's not really wool. So what I want to do is I want to reclaim as much of my coat as I can, and then I'm going to use it and these blocks to recover it. Now, I gotta be careful so I don't dip it in my tea. The back of this quilt, you can barely tell that this was a Star Wars sheet, okay? And let's see if I can move you back just a little bit. It was a Star Wars sheet. And I have, you know the story about this, right? I told Arthur I was really excited. I got a Star Wars. I'm going to start snipping these while we talk. I told Arthur I had found the Star Wars sheet. and then I was going to redo his quilt. I got the Star Wars sheet. I might as well show it to you. I got this off of Facebook. Now, I told him about this about 3 years ago, right? And he said, but is it the same sheet? And this is 1979, limited edition, okay? And it's brand new, right? So, but he said, is it the same sheet? I said, yes, it is. He said, because they put out different ones for different years. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to throw this one back in the closet because I didn't feel like my efforts had been all appreciated. So I threw it back in the closet. And I actually completely forgot I had it. So this is going to be, I'm only going to, wow, these, because this was kind of wrinkled at the end and all that stuff, but this is going to be, so this is going to be a recovery, this is going to be his Christmas present. And guess what? He never watches my videos, so he's going to know nothing about it. So I'm going to reclaim as much of the original fabric. This is not original, okay? None of these are all patches. And I could have patched it, but you know what? I have reclaimed a quilt for him before, and it got lost. And it was, I reclaimed fabric from his very first quilt I made him. And I redid it, and I gave it to him, and it got lost somehow. Or, he says, or stolen. So, I wonder if I should be doing, nah, okay. So, this is going to take a while. But it's, you know, my baby's worth it. All my boys are worth it. So what's everybody doing today? Hey, Barefoot Chickens. I've got 1 bag of zucchini left in the freezer. And my pots are full. And they're on medium-low with screens on top, and they're going to, oh God, I really tied this, didn't I? And then tomorrow, oh, by the way, patrons, tomorrow is going to be Thumping Thursday because we're going to the track early on Friday, and I'm not going to have it at the track because it's just too noisy. All right, I got see, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one out of every, if I look at this, it's going to be too much work if I look at it too close. So what I'm doing is, I'm just going to reclaim one piece at a time. All right, now, and the Star Wars sheets, were my nephews. They belonged to my one. I believe it was Aaron and Mikey's beds, and I guess I don't know. But they were for their beds. So, and I managed to save one sheet, and I made this quilt with it. But don't cut the fabric, Beth. But this is a nice big piece here. Oh, with my big scissors. Let's just rip this down. Oh, good job. Good job, Rosie. I barely got any sheet. Massage therapy appointment, put chicken and veg. I'm making chicken and rice tonight. And I know people are dropping off of my Life with the Wolfies channel, but in reality, yeah, this is all one big piece sewn together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to take these off. So, I don't know what I was talking about. I have to can that sauce. Come hell or high water tomorrow, because we're going to the track early on Friday, and if I don't get it done tomorrow, it's not gonna, it's gonna have to sit in the fridge till I get home, and I don't want to do that, you know? This is not the best part of this job, that's for sure. I have to get, I love these little sisters. These little scissors, Renita, they're really awesome for doing this, because they have a really sharp point and really sharp blades. Okay, so Howie told me last night, he said he's going to be home early on Friday. He's working on the race car tonight. He's got a few things he wants to, do, and then so that we'll be not watching TV tonight. So I'm probably gonna be at my sauce. I gotta go get some celery, what there is of it, out of the garden, and I gotta open some cans of mushrooms, and then I will. Ouch. Oh my goodness. It appears things are on the move with my Revenue Canada thing. They've sent me some notices saying they're going through my taxes and blah, 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 blah. But we will see. Oof, it's hot in here. It's probably because I've got pots steaming on the stove. And once I get this piece, this is the boring part, folks, I'm sorry. But, come on, you. Don't cut the fabric. Good, good, good. Once I have this apart, we can start to piece it together again. I'm using the original blanket, I'm leaving the original sheet on the back, and I'm leaving on anything I'm not using. Because I don't want to have to spend 2 days snipping all of these things just to recover. I want to recover this, I want to take this too. Can you guys even see what I'm doing here? Let's see if I can get this up a little bit better, a little bit higher. And back. So, hey, gorgeous friend. Okay. Almost got the first fabric piece uncovered. Now you know why I haven't swept my floor yet over here. This is my, I know people are going to say, well, is this a quilting channel now? But you know what? I've got so many projects I need to finish that I have to have one on the frame and one on the table working on it, at all times. I got one going out the door. That's Briar's. Over there in that giant tiger bag on my walker. Hang on a second. Oh. Hey, Joe Mama. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear GF. Happy birthday to you and many more. Okay, I think I've got all of this off of here. Now where's the scissors I brought? Oh, come on. Oh, for God's sake, help me. Thank you, God. Now, besides the rest of, can you believe it? I bought this maternity coat at a rummage sale for $2. I want to get as much of this as I can. In the largest portion that I can. And I don't want to cut the blanket underneath. Wow, that just ripped right off. Look at that. These will all, of course, this has been washed. These will all, of course, be ironed. That's a good size. This was my maternity coat. And when I get to it, I'll show you a piece of the collar there's still a piece of the collar there too. Okay. All right, so this one wants to rip up here, so let's Did everybody see my Porcupine Pete video? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to reclaim any of my sister's coat. It's just too thick of a, not thick, it's too loose of a weave, and that's the first thing that started to disintegrate. So I think this was a lining of a vest, like a winter vest. Must be 3 o'clock. I guess I should have just done this off camera, because this must be pretty bloody boring. But you're getting the idea of the work that goes through recovering these quilts. And there's another reason I live stream this, so that I can, when I'm all done, make a video for each quilt recipient and give it to them with their quilts, because I'll just put them on thumb drives so that they'll have them. I have DVDs too, but nobody has DVD players anymore. A lot of people don't even have desktop computers anymore. They do everything on their phone or their laptop. You know what I mean? Hey, Corey, what are you doing in Vegas? Oh, that's right. You're going to... Oh, no, it's not Beyonce. Who are you going to see, Corey? Why are you in Vegas? And hit the one-armed bandits for me. Anything with diamonds. I miss Las Vegas. Been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 times now. But it's been a while. It'll probably be quite some time before I ever make it to the States again. Okay, now, because this was pulling apart. Okay, now I gotta cut it away. This looks dirty. It's not dirty. It's the wool fibers. Go. Let's get this off of here. Oh, I have another one of these. So this is going to be awesome. I'm definitely going to have enough with the squares I've got. I'm definitely going to have enough to recover this quilt. For sure and for certain. And there is another 2 pieces. These are going to all have to be ironed out and then cut properly. Now that's not it. Okay, let's turn this around some. Get the biggest pieces I can. From the original quilt. All right. You know what? We keep this up and I may be sewing in a half an hour, or at least ironing. This piece here, right here, this is from the collar of my coat. And I don't think that's going to be able to be saved. And I've dropped my scissors again. Where am I? This is from the original collar too. Where was I working here, folks? The big pieces. What are you doing in Vegas, Corey? I missed it and I can't scroll back. Who's never had one yet? Hey Dave, how's it going? Dave in Yeehaw Junction, Florida. Okay, we're almost there with this piece. Get up here. You. Oh, what a pain in the butt. But you know, my boys will appreciate these. Now Howie wants another one, which he will get. If I have my way, I will have a bunch of these done for Christmas. That's why I'm working so hard at this. Corey, what are you doing in Vegas? Are you seeing Beyonce? This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em. All right. Okay. Oh, his hand. You guys can. Oh, I'm sorry. You couldn't even see what I was doing. Janet Jackson, good job. How good are your seats? A Vegas show is not cheap, I'm telling you. I've never been to a Vegas show yet. Although I've been to Alice Cooper's Christmas Pudding twice. There, all right, let's start cutting again. Where do my scissors go now? There we go. Right. Okay, I didn't know that, Linda. Thank you. Hey, Mark. Hey, nurse. Well, unfortunately, I had some. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to cut this right here so I can get the scissors in. Sorry, that was my cousin. I have to turn off my notifications for now. I'll call her back later. Come on. Sorry if it buffered for a minute. Well, this was made for Arthur when he was, I don't know how old he was, but this was the second quilt I ever made him. And, okay, let's put up here. Oh. Okay. We're just gonna cut. Let's just do this. There won't be too many corners. Yep. When I made these first few quilts, I was a single mom. And everything was used up. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. And we're doing the same thing over. Like I said, this fabric is from my maternity coat that I had when I was pregnant with him. I bought it for $2. All right, let's take this piece. Go up here. And I may just be able to use this. I don't want to take too much off this quilt if I don't have to, because then the structure is really weak. And this is not going to be a hand quilted quilt. It's going to be tied, because there's just too many seams and overlaps and stuff that would make hand quilting really difficult. What's the brand of food chopper, the one you slap chop? Ask Joe Mama. She's here. She's the one who had, it's a Mueller, I think. Mueller. And the worst one, you know, I always blow the blade that cuts the smallest pieces. And it's a pain in the butt because I like to cut small when I'm dehydrating, right? I think this was Mikey's. I'll have to verify it with him, but he may not remember either, so. Okay. Sewing wool together, we're really going to see how well this little sewing machine does. Oh my God, Mark, you've been away that long? The cowgirl died. But I have two new ones. I have the Ghost, which is the Ghost of Cowgirl. It's the same one, only white, that I got secondhand and Howie re-oiled. And I have a commercial size, not commercial like, I have a larger one that everybody, you know, I bought, but everybody chipped in to help pay for. And I call him Sam. Okay, come on. I'd like to make Briar another one for Christmas if I can. Bubba doesn't need another one yet. I gave him one for Easter and one for Christmas last year, so he's still in his crib toddler bed thing. So okay. Cowgirl didn't have anything to do with milk. Cowgirl was a cowgirl, like to gallop. Okay. All right, across we go. Here, let's do this. Retired, she died. Whoops. Come on, you. Now, look at that. The original blanket is, oh, I may have to take this apart. Damn. Now, I may have to take this apart. See, this was sewed on because this, look at this blanket. Do I have a seam ripper? Now, where did my little scissors go? Because if you see, the blanket itself got caught up and folded under. So I need to cut it off from here. You guys see what I'm doing here? I love stuffed peppers. Actually, I should have saved a couple, but I'm making chicken and rice tonight. Okay, now I just got to cut this away here. Do not want to rip the original sheet. It's so threadbare. But it's also the part of the base. Right? Wow, I'm getting hot. Ooh. Goodness. Oh, come on. Scheisenheimer. See, because I had to sew. I have to cut the patches that I sewed, that I used to patch this quilt. And they were just sewed right over top. Snip this out. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Oh, Bev, you're stupid. Enjoy your company, honey. Have a good day. I know what I gotta do. Instead of trying to take the patches away from the blanket, actually, damn, I am not enjoying this wrinkle. I should never have tried to patch this. I should have just waited. This is all a part of the desire to use the original, as much of the original quilt as possible. And I've got to get this blanket so that I can pull it out here, right? But it's like wrinkled all the way down. Well, you never know, Freaky. It could be. Excuse me. Remember, patrons, It's Thumpin' Thursday this week, not Freaky Friday or Sassy Saturday, because I'm going to be at the track, and I don't want to have to compete with cars. And it's our last weekend at the track this year. The races aren't over, but it's our last weekend. And I want to spend it with my hubby, you know? Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's try this. Oh, that worked. Ouch, Bev, you almost stabbed yourself there. Okay. See, these were patches. It was my sister's coat that fell apart first. Okay. Well, I might be able to use some of that. All right, now I have to cut this all the way down the side. Oh, wow. Jesus, guys, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's just pull this down. Yeah, I'm going to be able to pull it down. I'm just not going to go all the way down the quilt because that obviously that side was wrinkled. Okay, let's see what we have for fabric. This is not dirt. It's fuzz from the wool. So, where'd my scissors go? Oh, there they are. Just gonna pick off any loose ragged ends. And let's see what I got first. I don't want to take... Yes, I go live at the races on Life with the Wolfies. Okay, so I think I have enough here that I don't have to take any more from the quilt. So now I got to iron. And my ironing board has everything on top of it. So I'm just going to use this piece of fabric that I was going to put in the quilt. Looks like this must have been a dress at one time. And we're going to turn on the iron to wool. Where's wool? Can't see with these glasses on. Okay, this is on to wool. I'll use this. This is better. My oven is being good to me today. I was real hungry, expecting to be another hour before eating. It's almost done. Good. I'm making chicken and rice. Okay. Come on, you. Oh, God help me. All right, here we go. Now, let's start ironing these out as flat as I can make them. Before I start cutting them up. Hi, honeydew. That's better. I had to turn the iron up a little bit. That'll work better like this. What are you looking up? That's a chicken, isn't it? It's been wrinkled for so long, it's kind of hard to get it flattened out. Isn't tangine a spice? Like a Mexican spice? Ooh, careful with the cord for the mouse. Yeah, this was a liner of something. Somebody's jacket. God, I remember the day I bought this coat. It was November. And I was 6 months pregnant. Yeah, I was 6 months pregnant when I bought this coat. $2 at a church rummage sale. And it was just this wool and a satin lining. It didn't keep me very warm, but I dressed warm under it. Okay. I'll just cut that off. I'll use this. Yep, Arthur's quilt. Ooh. Let's just cut this piece right off. It looks like it's been chewed up. Don't iron anything if I don't have to. I don't like ironing, but it's all a part of the experience of quilting. Yep, it's Arthur's. This is for Arthur. Just like the blue one that I recovered was Briar's. Okay, let's get you off of here. And iron this out. Now, let's look at these. And how wide are these strips? 3 inches. Okay. Now this was actually a quilt that I started for my brother Bob. And I never got to finish. So there are some colors in here that Arthur's not going to like. But guess what? When I made him the one quilt, again, another one that's going to have to be recovered, but he still has it. He said, "What do you got against color, Mom? Everything's purple and blue." So guess what, Arthur? You're getting green and orange. But I found these. I was looking for wool fabric to match with that. And I found these and went, ooh, there just saved me a crap ton of work because I already did it already. And this is the way this quilt's going to go. It's going to go like this. You know what I mean? So. All right. Hey, Denise. Everybody say hi so I can pop out the participants list and say hi to everybody. Maybe I won't use the orange if I don't have to. But we'll see. Do-do-do-do. Well, Arthur likes to wind me up too sometimes. So, you know, there is that. Ooh, that looks like it was chewed by a mouse. So what I'm going to do is yeah, that's no good. All right, has everybody said hello? Let's pop out the participants list. What's going on here? What is going on? Oh, come on! All right, hang on a second, folks. My mouse doesn't like to work on the fabric. All right, Jazzy. Okay, hang on. What is going on with this? Oh, okay. You know what, folks? My laptop there. Okay, let's... There, finally. Oh my gosh. Dave in Yeehaw Junction, Denise O'Daniels, Grogus friend, again, happy birthday. Happy Guy Jack, Honeydew, Jazzy Just Me, Kathy Ponder, hello my darling, Kelly from Down Under, Linda Bob, Mark Fontaine, Journey, Rosie Slade, Charlene Susby, and the nurse. So glad you guys could join me today. Now, let's take this back to live chat. Oh, for God's sake. You're quite welcome, honey. I know I could be pretty boring when I'm doing stuff like this. But, yeah. So if he says, orange mom, I'll say, you used to bitch that I didn't make things, that I made only quilts, only in blues and purples. I think we're going to be able to do this. Hey, J&B. Alrighty. Okay, this one, well, that might work. We'll see. It's got a couple of holes in the edge, but we will see. Now, how wide are my stitches? Okay, 1/2 inch, okay. Oh. Nope, not me, JB. Yeah. Oh, I still have more. Look at this. Okay. That one got chewed. Not chewed. Not chewed. Yes, you live in the country, you deal with mice. Another reason to get these redone. And then I'm going to start cutting 3-inch strips to go out of the recovered fabric. I'm sorry I didn't get this to you, Bob. Do you know why I was making this? My brother Bob had a single quilt, a single size quilt that was made of big thick strips of wool coats. And he never took it with him when he moved out of my dad's. And I went and slept overnight at a friend's house one night. And we left it there to go in the tent to go to the dance. And when we came back, it was stolen. So I guess these things are a little more valuable than I give them credit for, right? And when he asked me about it and I told him, he said, you know, one of those, Mom made that. And he said, one of those coats was her maternity coat. So I think it's I think it's apropos or appropriate that this go into Arthur's maternity. Alrighty. I got a lot of these here. We may be able to skip the orange. I don't know. Some of these are off, not quite square. Excuse me, I need a sip of my tea. Hi, Edie! Well, we've been on here for over an hour, Edie, and I'm not going to be able to be on here much longer. But I am going to cut strips before I go. That one's been chewed. I knew I could hear mice in my closet last winter. Alrighty. That's quite the nice pile of blocks we got going here. Okay. So these blocks are not quite square. So I'm going to make these blocks, my blocks, a little bit smaller, maybe? I don't know. Okay. This one wasn't even cut yet. Okay. Whew. And this is a couple of strips that I'm going to be able to use in the quilt. Stupidly fell out of bed and hurt my ribs and left top. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. All right, now turn you off. I'm going to set you guys over here, and you over there. Let's bring this. Okay. Does Howie ever cook dinner? Sometimes. but usually for himself if he's out in the coach or at the track. Hasn't cooked dinner for me in years, but that's okay. All right, now. Oh my God! JB! Ah! Okay, here we go. Let's move this mouse so I don't cut the cord or anything. All right. Let's start here. And 3 inches. Oh, God. Alrighty. Oh, that one's no. Ah! That part is. Okay, we'll say that part. Your cooling blanket. I'm thinking of getting one of those grounding sheets. Has anybody heard about those? God, the lint that gathers in the seams over the years. I'm so used to cutting 2.5 inch strips that I gotta be careful I don't make a mistake, because I don't want to lose any of this fabric that I've worked so hard to reclaim. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Ah, I want one of those. Do they help you sleep, Edie? If it's a weight loss drug, it's probably its own their own version of is Ozempic. Won't catch me dead using that stuff. What it does is it seizes your stomach up so you can't digest. Well, that's what I heard anyway. A lot of people were having stomach problems with it. Turning my head sideways because it's hard to see the color with these lights on and shining off the ruler. Okay. I think I'm going to have quite a bit. This one's going to actually sew up a lot faster because the blocks are not 9 pieces. They're only 3 strips each block. Indian brave loves Indian maid, and Sitting Bull was her father. And then one night when the moon was bright, she called out, Hiawatha, oompa, 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 oompa. No, no, Mark. Oh, no, oh, freaky geek. I thought it was Mark asking me that question. So you can see the holes where this was tied. Let's do this side. I don't know what I'd do without my rotary cutter. I was quilting for years, like making the boys' quilts and stuff before I even knew this kind of equipment existed. Now I'm almost done cutting these up. What's RSV, Edie? What does RSV mean? I almost got my thumb there. Oops. I think I'm going to cut this one this way. So if I have to, I can avoid this seam here. Oh, respiratory infection. I avoid all medications if I can help it. I mean, yeah, I have to take my mood meds because I've been on them for 30 years. And if I stop taking them, I'd probably go absolutely cockabilly cuckoo. And, let's see now, 3 inches. Seam there too. Do you guys want me to continue on while I start sewing? Or are you done? Have you had enough for one day? Yes, thank you, nurse. Oh. All right, I have to go stir my pots, and then we'll be back. Well, I'm not leaving, but I'm just going to stir my pasta sauce pots. They have to continue to cook down, and I've had to turn them up a little bit on the heat. See, I was able to get that seam out of there without having it run through every strip. One more to cut. No, I'm just going to go and stir my pots, and then I'll come back, and we'll start sewing. My gosh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to have to start supper soon. Well, not for another 40 minutes, so. That clock drives me friggin' nuts. And if Howie doesn't take it downstairs, I'm gonna lose it. It tells the right time, but doesn't gong the right time. All right, now, I am going to go stir my pots, and I'll be right back. Oh. Gotta move things out of the way here so I don't. What's that too long? Oh. Oh, don't trip over the pile of scraps. Okay. Woo! You're really cooking. Where'd my spoon go? There you are. Cooking down. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll be right back, folks. Alrighty. Sewing machine. Oops, stepping on stuff. Alright. Now, This will surely, actually, that would work really well if I could just leave it there. I can't see where's the Tinker's Dam at the moment. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to rethread the machine. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just wind the thread up. Look at that. I used to have no patience at all. Okay, whoops. Now, set you up here. Get over here. Okay, now. Whoa, Bev! You pressed the wrong button. All right. Where'd my scissors? My big scissors go? There they are. Oh! And I think I need to change my bobbin. Yeah, because it's almost empty. Get a fresh one out of this handy dandy little drawer. All right. This, you put the bobbin in with the thread coming out over the top and out, okay? Oh shoot, I dropped my little thing. Oh, alrighty. Okay, now these are the strips that we have. So, let's make the most of, I'm pretty sure I had a shorter one here somewhere. Make the most of the reclaimed fabric first. This actually has Mark is in Britain, if I believe. Now let me see about this. This moves the needle, and I should be able to make a bigger seam. I've moved my needle, so I can make a seam, I hope, that matches the blocks I made, because remember I said it was a bigger seam? Now let's see if that matches the seam allowance I have on these ones. Well, that's hard to see. Okay. Yep, okay. All the things you got to do when you're reclaiming fabric and working with, you know, odds and ends is measure twice, cut once, just like a carpenter. that's a really short one. Do I have two short ones? Yes, I do. So let's just put these two together. Heave! There we go. I want these scissors for trying to cover. There we go. We might have a problem going over this double seam here. Let's see. No problem at all. God, this is a great little machine. Whoops. Now, let's see. Eight inches. No way. Seven and a half. Okay. All right. Just to make sure. We'll measure this. Where did my... There it is. Okay, let's see how this works. And this is the way we're going to do this. And that's the way these blocks are going to go. Like that. And just like that, because I found some wool blocks in my bedroom closet, the quilt has designed itself. I'm not sure about the orange here. And that's too dark. Okay. Now, that one's not going to be long enough. Okay. So now that we know that it's going to be 3 this way, 3 this way, 3 this way, 3 this way, all across, I'm going to let you guys go and I'm going to continue to work on this. Or do you want to stay? Because I'm going to be not talking very much. I'm just going to work. All right. That is the design. Now let's get some of these other things sewn together. And unfortunately, I only have so many of these, so they're going to be a middle. Hey Michelle, how are you? In chat, I'm good with the live going. Okay, Freaky. Well, not everybody is, as patient with my lives as you are. But now, because I have a lot of this blue, but not a lot of this is always going to be the center piece. Or, let's see what we can do with this. There we go. Let's take this one off and look for longer pieces. Okay, let's do this. Let your love come out. If you believe in love, let's get it on. I don't know why. It's been stuck in my head for days. Okay, now, almost the same length. Okay. Let's start here. Let's cut this part off. Let's start here. This one right here. Hold for the short. My sons don't watch my videos. So most of my family does not watch my videos. My sister, Angie, that's about it. why I'm thinking of that song. I'm going to the races this weekend. Now let's just make sure that we have the right size here, the right length. I think I'm going to straighten this bottom up a bit. There we go. And that is 8 inches. Okay, so eight. That's why this mat comes in really handy. Because if I can't work with the ruler, I can work with the lines on the mat. Just like that. Okay. Now. Let your love come out. If you believe in love, let's get it on. That works. That works. Figure out how long or wide this is going to be. Actually, I should save as many of the reclaim blocks as possible so that they get evenly spread out. Up. Yeah, I hear that a lot. You have to check and see if you've been unsubbed. Not by me. YouTube does it on a regular basis. Oops. Okay. Now, in a minute, I'm going to go to the other end of the table and lay out the quilt so that I can see how wide I need to make this. Who's spinning cotton? This one looks like it's a little too big on the outside. That's okay. It'll all come out in the wash when I start putting rows together. full for the shore. 1, 2, okay, it's going to be a little bit, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to measure this against the quilt. Got 2 orange. All right, let's do one of these. Oh, that sounds wonderful. You mean you're spinning it to weave or to knit or crochet with cotton? Now there is a very good chance, folks, that I'm still going to be sewing these in December. So, all right, let's go down to the other end of the table and see how this measures up. Oh, might only be a twin quilt, but oh, oh, oh. Okay. Okay. One, 2, 3. I need one more. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks wide. And that's 64 inches, roughly. Probably closer to 60 because of the seams. Oh, one more block on here, and the first row is done. All right. Laura. Oh, well, I mean, I'm still going to be here for a few more minutes. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, folks. Remember I said I was purging fabric? Yeah. I deep dove into the closet for this today. Looking for wool. And I completely forgot I had started this quilt a long time ago. Okay, row number 1. I hope I have enough. Is this wool? I may have to use some of this. But there's the first row, and if it's 8 wide, then it's going to be at least 13 long. So, or 12 long. So that means 8 by 12. What's 8 by 12, folks? 96? I need 96 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine. Oh, I still have some more to sew together. 10, 11. 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, oh man, 28, 29, oh my gosh. So you know what? 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I've still got to make 60 blocks. So, before I realize I'm out of fabric, I am going to cut some more of this. This is this used to be a pair of pants. Ha! Isn't that funny? This used to be a pair of somebody's pants that they were making. So, what I'm going to do is this and this. I don't know if my cutter is going to go through it, but let's do it this way. Now this is not necessarily wool, but it's nice and heavy, right? So I may have to reclaim more fabric from that quilt. Don't trust my eyeball here. Ah, Scheisenheimer. Ugh. Okay, so I have more blocks to make and more fabric to reclaim, and we've been on here almost 2 hours. So, hang on a second. You probably won't get any more live streams until after we get back from the racetrack this weekend, okay? This is Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, thanks for hanging out with me. I've got to start reclaiming more fabric, and I've put you through that enough. Take care, God bless.